Good evening, everyone. Nice to see you. Nice to see you in cyberspace. Dave Frank here at the Miles Cafe in the heart of New York City. We have a beautiful August night, and I think we're going to have some fun tonight. This is the 7th broadcast on Ustream. I want to thank you all for your support and comments and suggestions. It's been a great time for all, so we're looking forward to continuing this series this fall at the Miles Cafe. Miles Cafe is located on 52nd Street between 2nd and 3rd, and it's a real happening jazz spot. They have jazz here every night, and the website is www.milescafe.com. Tonight we're going to be looking and listening to two of the greatest musical comedians who ever lived, and both of their last name were Marx. We're going to be looking tonight at the music and hijinks of Harpo and Chico Marx. As usual, the notes for this class should be up on the website within a couple of days, www.davefrankjazz.com, so you can follow along with the notes if you like, and that might enhance your viewing experience. I'm going to play a little bit as usual to start. Right below here on the screen, there's a fast forward button, so if you'd like to fast forward, you're more than welcome. Thank you for joining us. Here we go. microphone on. Thank you. We don't really want you to hear all the groans that go into that. Okay, read along with me if you would. Chico, which is the correct pronunciation, Chico Leonard Marx and Harpo Arthur Marx were half of the Marx Brothers comedy team, Chico being the oldest. Both Chico and Harpo were pioneers in the art of musical comedy in film. Chico's unique style of playing and Harpo's hijinks and superb harp playing were a regular component of the classic Marx Brothers films. Both men found ways to express high humor through their musicianship. Chico was actually more of the pianist, and the legend has it that Harpo had a repertoire of 2 tunes, and Chico had a small technique but a large repertoire. Chico got his name because he liked women, and Harpo got his name because he played the harp. What Chico did is he invented a completely unique style and technique of touching the piano and playing keys, and it was all very, very visual, just to get laughs. But he was a great pianist also, and he was one of the first guys to combine great musicianship and classical training with humor. And we're going to see some of the different ways he did that. Why don't we just watch a little bit of him at work first, and we'll listen to and watch him play from his movie Monkey Business, and then we'll talk a little bit about his style, which is, as they say, inimitable. It's never been done before. This is Chico playing piano on Monkey Business, 1931. And the fun begins. Okay. Here we go.
Hey, they got some good stuff outside. You want a drink? You ready, boys? Let's go.
Let us analyze some of the great pianistic technique and achievements of Mr. Chico Marx. His most famous technique was called shooting the keys. And he definitely invented this. And the way the shooting the keys works, hopefully you can see it on the piano, I'll demonstrate it in the air too. Shooting the keys was, he kept his forefinger very straight, and he imitated the shooting thing with his thumb. And he would kind of give a little, if you want to try it on the piano, just practice first keeping your forefinger and playing like a single note. And then you add the gun motion. And it's very effective to do a little bit of a diagonal thing with your hand like this, and to try to kind of push that shot out through the note. So it looks something like this. And he'd be very effective. He was completely accurate with it, as you can see. So he had the shooting of the key he would do frequently. Sometimes it would be after a glissando, and a glissando on a piano is when you take your third finger and your first finger and you put them together and make sure to go up the keys with your nails. That's very important. So you want to find the sweet spot on your nail, and then you just go up the piano like this, and then you can end with one of these shoots. Now he could do either a long glissando or a short one. So the glissando he would usually wait just for that right exact moment to pop that shoot. And it would be very surprising. So it's the element of surprise that made it funny a lot. Plus the fact that it looks like somebody was shooting the keyboard. Okay. Another one of his great, what I call Marxisms, is thumping the keys on the bass. And the way you thump the keys is you do 5 fingers going down together, like this. Sometimes you can start with the chord and play the chord like all hands on deck, so to speak, and get a real loud thump. And the thump is usually done on the downbeat of the first beat. So it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And this would give a tremendous surprise, especially if there were children around, as there often were. So the thump was to give you a shock and to give you a strong bass feeling. Because a lot of the times with the shooting and the glissandos, he would be towards the top part of the piano. Great fun. Okay, he used what we call an overhand technique, and this was mostly just for visual effect, where he would play a note, and then play a note, and then put his hand over like this. And so it looks a little bit like uncoordinated, but it actually is pretty funny. Sometimes you shoot it. And a lot of these things you can see in the film that they do close-up of his hands, so much of it is based on trying to make the hands expressive and the hands funny. Okay. In the left hand, he usually played like a kind of an oompa stride thing from like a classical tradition. So the left hand would be just root, and then third and fifth, third and fifth, something very simple, just to keep the beat. And then he would put these Marxisms on top. And he would do what he called an air shoot, which looks like this, where you're actually just bump, 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 bump. So you can put it all together and get the little kind of oompa in the left hand, glissando in the right hand. Really try to hit that note. Take some practice, it's hard. Thump. This is what we call Marxisms on the piano. Okay, he would change, he had this finger wagging thing that was great. And so to do the finger wagging, you close the hand and you make believe that the finger is like a like your legs, like swinging like this with your feet. So the finger wag goes like this. And it looks like this. With one finger, that's the funny part. Like this, that was great. That's what we call finger wagging. He would often accentuate the comedy of the music through his facial expressions. So especially when he did the thump, he would do kind of like a look to the heavens. And he'd be going like... Very expressive. That's a good chickism. Another thing he would do is called the top slap, where you take the top two notes of the piano and you just slap them. And then he had a bottom slap. And oftentimes he would end his phrase, and that kind of made it funny too. Alright? Now usually when he played his melodies in the right hand, he was using an octave construction. So what an octave construction did, especially in these days, is when there weren't extensive miking techniques, the octave construction would bring the melody out very strongly. So the octave construction would start in the right hand with two C's, for example, and usually you can add one or two notes in the middle. So you could add a fifth, you could add two notes in the middle to make it a little fuller. We're definitely talking simple harmonies here. This is before Bill Evans probably was born. Actually, we'd have to check and see when he was born. Maybe he was born. But he's not playing Bill Evans harmonies, but you don't miss them. Actually, Bill Evans harmonies with some of this stuff might be pretty interesting. We'll try that. That's to be the next workshop. Okay. So the right hand melody construction would bring the melody out a lot. Like... I still think this is a good idea for a workshop. Okay. We're going to see him use an arpeggio done with an orange shortly. He often used kind of wrong notes just to kind of make it seem funny. He did this little thing with his finger where he would be looking for the note. And then he would play the wrong one. This is funny, fellas. Okay, and the last thing is he used a lot of contrast in his piano playing, and that would create, again, surprise. So he would use something on the top, all of a sudden, thump, bottom slap, top slap, shoot, 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 gliss, shoot, bottom slap, top slap. That's all right, the boss. Okay, let's watch a little more, and you'll see some of these techniques in action. The one, the only, Chico, not Chico, Chico Marx. Okay. And now we shall get this on again, which is always fun with these remote controls. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go to the next piece of brilliance. A Day at the Races. You'll see all the different Marxisms in here. The facial expressions are really beyond compare. Bring it up to sleep. Top slap. Laughing is loud. That is priceless. Yes. Musical genius at its finest. There, he's looking for the note. Conducting. Okay. Is that fun? Okay. We'll watch that one more time, and I'm gonna just talk you through it using all of the techniques that we were just talking about. Okay. Hello. Remote control, there we go. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it starts with classical piano playing. He came right from the classical tradition. It's fun watching Harpo. There's an arpeggio. I'll show you that in a minute. And the facial expression to amplify the arpeggio. Here we go. Now the left hand is doing the umpa. Very simple. Right hand is doing the octave construction. We just had a couple of shoots, overhands. It's like a skating competition. There Freddie's about to attempt. Here he is with the umpa with the face. There's the thump. There's the shoots. Yeah. Glissando. Another glissando. Long one. 2.3 difficulty. There's another long glissando with a funny face. There's the finger wagging. And thumping. The little blues flat 3 there. Octaves in the right hand. Thumping. Yeah. Now he changes the mood with a little angelic twinkling. Now he's gonna, there he's looking for the note. Yeah. Thump. Back to the octaves. Yeah. Shooting. There. Shooting in the air. Yeah, that was beautiful. The end of that one, boom, boom. Okay, one thing to show you is some of those are great arpeggios, that classical arpeggios. What you can do is you can, on a piano, take a diminished chord, for example, a D diminished, and as you complete the arpeggio, D, F, A flat, B, you can put a C sharp in the left hand. And then repeat the arpeggio. That gives you that kind of D diminished arpeggio. Go over with the C sharp, and then D diminished arpeggio with C sharp, and then Chico, Chico. That's a nice technique. That's a nice technique, boss. That's a nice technique, boss. Okay, are there any questions so far? This one is not particularly academic along the lines of extreme difficulty, Cecil Taylor, Bill Evans, Lenny Tristano. This is more like Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin.
He seems like an acrobat with his hands.
Yeah. The comment was...
He has no joints.
Yeah, he seems almost double jointed with his fingers. He's very expressive with his fingers. And I think perhaps some of this was also in the early days, maybe from the fact that movies had recently become like talkies, you know? So he found a way to really express movement and music through his fingers. So when he would do the wagging, it would be real moving around. Very interesting. I don't know if he was actually double jointed or not, but this kind of over thing was pretty cool. Questions, comments?
So that was a Rachmaninoff prelude then?
No, that was the one from A Day in the Races. Now we're going to hear another classic Chico performance, this time making use and very original. Yeah, Phil.
So actually, aside from the technique, what about the music itself? All this is improvised, all this is created by him in advance, or what?
Okay, question was, aside from the technique, is Chico improvising or is it composed? The answer is it's composed. And you can tell it's composed because he's playing with an orchestra. So the orchestra is following him. Groucho said that Chico never practiced the songs that he was going to play, but he would soak his hands in hot water before every performance. Groucho probably said a lot of things. That's one of the things he said. No, these were definitely pre-planned compositions. That's my sense of it anyway.
And he created it, he wrote the music.
No, he would take a popular song and make a Chickism out of it. So he'd have a melody, da-dum, 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 da-dee-dum. That would be a popular song. But the whole entire arrangement where he would start with the arpeggio and then go into different styles and do the thumping and the shooting and all this stuff, he made popular songs into this kind of whole arrangement using his own vocabulary.
So he was improvising, even if it was planned ahead, right? It's
Well-
improvisation of it's on a song and then...
Well, strictly by definition, improvising means you're doing something you never did before. He was creative, so he was adding his own unique signature to the music, but he wasn't improvising it, because when you're improvising it means you're making it up right on the spot. And that I don't think he was doing. He had arrangements that he planned, but these arrangements were very creative, and he created the whole vocabulary. That's how you know a great musician, really. One of the ways is that they create their own vocabulary and then can make music out of it. And that's not easy to do. It's like creating your own language. So it's very interesting. Okay, so now we're going to see probably the most musical use of a piece of fruit that we've seen in quite a while. This is the classic Chico Marx in Go West. Okay, Go West. This is Chico and Harpo.
I thought you wasn't going to ask. Yeah. Hey, mister, can I play the piano? Hey, he said yes. All right. Hey, so 2 minutes, all we got.
Harpo is the key to this. They always give you the close-up of the hand so you can see the fingers. I saw Keith Barrett do that at concert. Yeah, that's a wrong note. Shoot! 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 Yeah. 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 Now he's wagging. There's a lot of wagging. Shooting. Wag. That's what we call the wag shoot technique. It's Russian school. Now the orange. That's unbelievable. Yeah! Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Did you catch that?
Could you demonstrate it?
That one I decided not even to try to do. I have to have an orange above my refrigerator, but I said, nah, we'll let Chico do that. As a matter of fact, why don't we hear that again? Because that was just too good. We got to see that. Here it is. I'll call out the Marxism.
It's about time.
I mean, that's brilliant.
Hey, listen, can I play the piano? Hey, he said yes. Hey, sure, 4 minutes, all we got.
He starts right off on a classical thing. Very intense with the octaves on the left hand, like a Rachmaninoff piece. And he does that long arpeggio we were talking about. Again. Again. Yeah. Yeah. And Mark was freaking out. He's strangling the girl. Here we go. Here we have it. Shoot. 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 There's the overhand technique to a shoot. Yeah, thump. Thump. Yeah, thump. Yeah, glissando. Yeah, that's very creative. Right in tempo. Yeah, he's so accurate, it's amazing. Like a marksman. He's like a marksman. Unbelievable. There's the wrong note.
It's wrong, but it's also right.
Right. It's the perfect wrong note. Yeah. There's a great shoot. Wow. Ow. It's like a dive of the perfect dive. There's the shoots. Oh, glissando. Finger wagging. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Here we go. Here we go. Classic moment in sports. Here it is. Wow. That's like a degree of difficulty of like 10. He's doing it right in there. Look at Harpo's face at the end. Wow. Nobody could believe it.
Well, I have a question. When he wags the finger, does it just slide off the key, or does
The question is, when he wags the finger, does it slide off the key? No, he actually hits each key differently, but it's with the same finger. So when you do the finger wagging, you keep the hand closed, like this, and then every note gets a little push. So he's not really sliding off like that would sound like that. That would be kind of a nice sound too. But he's actually hitting each note with the same finger, and he's doing it in such a way as it looks kind of funny. Because usually on a piano you'd use different fingers.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah, so he's mocking convention, which is that we all practice as pianists for hours to get the right fingering. And here is Chico in front of the whole world in Hollywood, and he's taking this finger and he's just destroying everybody out there who's taking piano lessons and learning the right fingering. Chico's fingering was very unique. It was 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2, and then gliss 2, gliss 2, 2 2 2 2 2. Okay, couple more, folks. Couple more. Have you seen a Chico Marx masterclass lately? Okay. Now this is the next one is.
Did he give lessons?
What's that? Does he give lessons? Well, there were people. I found some of this out. There's a a fellow named Wayne Fetterman, who I found out on YouTube, had a little lesson. So thank you, Wayne Fetterman, for some of these tips. Okay, let's listen to a little bit more. I'm going to move this forward, and now we're going to see something that is just really off the charts. And it will be off the charts. Please go on the charts. Thank you. Now watch. Okay, here it is. This is Harpo. He is about 50 years before The Who, Jimi Hendrix. Check this out. Yeah. Watch closely. And he keeps the piece together. Did you enjoy that?
You're gonna play? Yeah.
No, he wasn't going to play it as a harp. I would have showed you. I want to watch that again because I can't watch that too many times. Just think, Jimi Hendrix would light his guitar on fire. The Who would smash their instruments. This guy was the first guy, I think, to smash the instrument. And the instrument was a piano. That's hard to do, man. Okay, let's watch this one more time and then we'll go on. Yes, he's hitting a wrong note.
No, I don't think the sound
On YouTube it's a little off. And he still plays, and the band goes on. And he crosses his feet. Look at his face. Too much. Too much. Looks like he's going to play it. He looks like it, but I don't think he does. Yeah. Okay. You think, hey Miles, is it okay if we try that on this piano?
I don't think he actually smashed the piano. I think the piano was set up to...
What do you think, Phil?
No, it's very clear that the piano was
Yeah, sure.
prepared to fall
Yeah,
apart.
yeah, but I mean, still, you have to do it. Okay, now I want to play for you something really beautiful. And this is Harpo playing the harp. And he was an incredible harp player. And the story is that he was the only one that had a harp in his neighborhood. and he didn't know how it was tuned, and the way he learned how to position the harp was he saw a postage stamp at the 5 and dime with a picture of an angel holding a harp. And that's how he knew even how to play it, how to position it. But he was determined he was going to become a virtuoso at this. And he tuned it in a way that was all wrong, supposedly, in terms of how it should be tuned. And he continued in all the movies, he played it in his own tuning. And what we want to do is we want to see how he used this really unique instrument and created a beautiful piece of music. So this is Harpo playing harp on a piece called Guarding Angels, which had something to do with war bonds of some sort. I think you'll enjoy this. Hello, thank you. Please go. Stop the pausing. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Thank you. Here it is. This was a piece composed by Harpo. Check this out. Okay. Is that nice? That's beautiful, right? Okay. We have one more piece to go. Okay. Okay, now we have a duet between Chico and Harpo to end the proceedings. Great. They have a great interplay. You can tell they're brothers. Yeah. Ah, yeah. Whoa, that's great. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Wow.
That was fun. Okay, gang. I think we've wasted a beautiful evening. The next master class will be on the solo piano playing of Bill Evans. And there will be no thumping or shooting. And that will be on September 3rd here at Miles Cafe, Friday night. Currently on Ustream, we have videos that you can enjoy anytime on Bruce Hornsby, Frank Zappa, Eric Dolphy, Charlie Parker, and Keith Jarrett. And on Ustream, there's a Dave McKenna masterclass that we shot at Iridium a couple of weeks ago. I just want to thank a few people to make this possible. Thank you, Ustream. I don't know anybody there, but I assume that there are people behind all this magnificence. I want to thank again Wayne Fetterman, who I got some stuff off the YouTube for. I want to thank Jeff Brent, fine piano player from LA, who helped me with some of these Chico videos. I want to thank my great, able tech person, Fela Davis, sound person. Thank you. I want to thank Miles at Miles Cafe. Miles, good luck, man. He has his liquor license now, so you can remember the more you drink, the better it sounds. And if you guys want to check out CDs, my record label jazzheads.com is doing a special where you can download a complete CD for $6. Just go to jazzheads.com and you can type in my name and type jazz in, the word jazz, at checkout. So this is Dave Frank. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope I had good fun. This is what we call good, clean fun. See you next time.